Good evening, folks, and welcome to the library. Let's get the show on the road. I think I got some interesting stuff for you this evening on this snowy, cold December Friday. So let's go. All right. How are we doing this evening? Great to see you all. Lenny, get in the picture. What are you doing over here? We need you in the picture. Let's get in here. There we go. You're like slacking on the job here, buddy. There we go. All right. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening. As you can see, we are in full Christmas garb today at the library. Well, Victor's not. Victor doesn't have an outfit, but what are you going to do? But anyway, Lenny does, and I do. So we're in full Christmas spirit here this evening. It's snowing out, which is awesome. It's been snowing all day here, little by little, not a lot of accumulation, but just enough to create the atmosphere of a Christmas time. It's winter wonderland out there right now near me. So it's a fun time. And tonight, I think you're going to love some of the stuff I'm going to talk to you about because it's really cool stuff. It's not a lot about ghosts, but about mythical creatures that go along with Christmas, that you may not have known about. So that's going to be interesting, a little different, right, Lenny? Not your usual ghosts, but we'll start off by talking about the ghosts. In terms of ghostly stuff, we're all familiar with the Christmas Carol, Dickens's Christmas Carol, right? Wait. Before I do anything else, what am I doing here? First, I didn't say hello to everybody, and second of all, I didn't light my candles. I have one candle tonight. I don't think we need more than one candle because it's kind of Christmassy. You have one candle. Scrooge always carried one candle. So we'll do one candle tonight. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to say hello to you guys. If I can get this thing lit. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. I'm going to shut that off. There we go. We have a little bit better ambiance there. Well, hello, Delilah. Hello, Adam, Dave T, Sven, Kelly, Stiggs, Just Me, Tony the Night Owl has made it. Who else? I saw some more people here. I'll get to you. I will get to you. Gerard, of course, my good friend is here. Edwin Jimenez, good to see you, my friend. Arlene Morlino. Osada Treats stopping in and saying hi. Vincent Capisci, good to see you. Did I miss anyone else? I hope not. I will get to you if I miss you. Believe me, I will not. You will not go unthanked for stopping in and spending some time with me, because you are greatly appreciated. Did I do it all? Everybody? Okay, I think I got everybody for now. Thendu, of course. Thendu is actually up. He said he's up. So I'm thankful for that. We moved the show to 8 o'clock to make sure he got here, had a good chance of getting here. Looks like he made it. So we're happy about that. So Thendu, stay awake. And I think you'll enjoy it. Bobo is in the house. What if what if I do my intro like 1,000 times like Steggs does? Maybe I'll do that. And Thindo, if you're here, I wanted to show you something real quick.
3, 2, 1.
Hold it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not doing that here. Not doing that. Anyway, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. How are you? Good to see you. That was the scariest part of the show, Thindu. That was the scariest part of the show. Surviving together. Hello. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, I can't top that. I can't top that. Was scarier than anything else. But anyway, so let's do this, right? Let's get into the fun stuff. Now, Dickens, right? I titled this Beyond Dickens because we're always familiar with Dickens's Christmas Carol story, and I have a beautiful, beautiful version of it here. This is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and it also has other books of his, other Christmas books, other Christmas novellas, I think they call them. They're short stories that he wrote after the Christmas Carol. Nowhere near as good as the Christmas Carol, in my opinion, my humble opinion, but still worth checking out. Whoever thought? I never knew that Dickens wrote more Christmas ghost stories. And they're in this book, which is a beautiful book. It wasn't that expensive. I forget where I got it from, but the paper is very nice on it. The binding is beautiful on it. So it's a great addition to any library if you're into that. Hello, Carmela. Good to see you. Well, anyway, Dickens's Christmas Carol that we all are familiar with, there's been so many movie renditions of it, was originally published in 1843. I mean, that's an old story. And at the time, Dickens did that really as a money-making scheme. I mean, he was broke at the time. He needed to come up with something to make some money quick. And his publisher, the guy he usually published with, said, "Why don't you write a Christmas story? It's that time of year. Write a Christmas story. Let's get it out there." And it became so popular that there were actually 7 renditions of it, 7 of them, 7 publications within 6 months. Because at the time, what they do is they would produce an edition, right? Because they didn't know if it was going to be a hit, and then it would run out, it would sell out, and then they'd have to go back to print, and they'd have to print up another edition. So they did that 7 times in 6 months. That's how popular the Christmas Carol was when it came out. So, and it was also majorly responsible for basically creating the ghost story in the context of the Christmas holiday in Victorian England. And even in America, this became a very popular tradition on Christmas Eve to tell Christmas stories. And it's all due to the Christmas Carol. But the history of telling ghost stories during the Christmas season goes much farther back. In fact, there is talk of it being found in publications in the early 1700s, but it was primarily a countryside type of tradition that families would gather around the hearth, tell a story in the dead night of Christmas Eve. And then, so around 1725, It was mentioned in publications, the stories that were being told. And then even farther back than that, it is said that in the 1600s, the early 1600s, and in fact, there is a Shakespearean play by the name of A Winter's Tale. And in that play, there's talk of a ghost story being told at a by the fire in during Christmas time. So it's an old tradition, and it's always been there. It's always been a part of it, and it's become popular and less popular over time. In other words, it would come up and down, it would become popular and would go away, come back. And Dickens really made it popular for Victorian England and ultimately Victorian America, that the ghost story became the thing, thanks to the Christmas Carol. So interesting history behind that stuff. And some of the other tales that I'll just tell you real quick what some of the other tales that Dickens wrote. One is called The Chimes. Another's called The Cricket on the Hearth, and The Battle of Life. And then there's The Haunted Man. Now, I haven't read all of these yet. I read The Haunted Man, which was because the title, intrigued me. It's a haunted man, right? So I was going to read it. And it's an interesting story. It's a little difficult to read, though. The way he writes it, it's a little difficult to follow. And maybe that explains why it wasn't popular. But it's interesting how it talks about a college professor who has regrets in life and wishes to have all of his memories vanish, all of his memories disappear, because in his opinion, all his regrets and all that haunt him. So he wishes for Christmas to have it all disappear. And what happens is a spirit appears and grants him this wish. And the weird part about this is that the spirit is really a spirit of himself. The ghost is a twin of himself. It's like him in his spirit form, and he takes his memories away. Now, and he's very happy about this, but then he learns as he interacts with people how this is very bad, because the thing when the spirit takes away his memory, he also puts the power to take away people's memories on him, on the subject himself. So any person he meets and talks to gets their memories taken away. And then he sees firsthand how good people he knew start to turn bad because the memories were gone. And he learns that all the trials and tribulations of one's life turn you into who you are. It turned them into better people. And because they didn't realize, they didn't have these memories where they suffered in the past, they didn't have the empathy for others, the sympathy for others, and they became mean people. They became bad people. And ultimately, in the end, he wishes to get his memories back, and he does. So it's a tale of learning, of during the Christmas season, of becoming a better person, of regretting what thinking you're going in one direction, but learning something that you're actually going in the right direction. So if you want to read that, look it up. It's called The Haunted Man. Like I said, it's a little difficult to read, but it's an interesting story. So that's my little stuff about Dickens, because he's one of my favorites. So I wanted to just touch on it a little bit. Hello, Bill C. Hello, Cranky. Let me see. Is anyone else I missed? Paulie Donuts. How are you, my friend? Just me. I don't know if I said hello to you, just me. If I didn't, I'm sorry. And I think that's it. I think I got everybody. So just me. You remember The Haunted Man. Okay, awesome. The Cricket one. Yep. Yeah, I haven't read The Cricket and the Hearth yet. And the Chimes also I started to read, but then I got distracted, so I have to read that one too. But I'm definitely going to read all of them. Definitely worth it. Someone gifted something here. I didn't even know I could do that. Who did that? Just me gifted a membership. Oh, thank you, Just Me. I appreciate that. I really do. I didn't even know I could do that. Because I try to do that myself and I can't figure out how to do it, but whatever. Todd Father, how are you? Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're in a little less pain than you were this morning when we connected. So hope you're feeling a little better. What's my favorite Dickens story, Gerard? It probably is The Christmas Carol. I do. I do like A Tale of Two Cities. I like that. Um, Oliver Twist. But I think Christmas Carol is probably my favorite. So yeah. So anyway, let's get into what I really wanted to talk about tonight, which is all of these other legends that go along with Christmas. And there's a lot of them. You know, there's a lot more than Santa Claus. And in recent history, you know, Krampus has come up. Krampus, which has been like this demon that goes along and punishes people. There was a movie made about it, Krampus. And I know in Pennsylvania they have like a Krampus festival every year. So, you know, that's we're going to talk about people like that. We're legends like that. Krampus was like a German legend. I got some other legends for you that you may not have heard from. So I hope you can take advantage of it and learn from it and enjoy it. And someone is texting me. I don't know who this is. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. All right, let's go. Let's start. Now, the first story I want to tell you, or legend, we're going to go to Scotland. This comes from Scotland. Now, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's a creature called Crum Dub Nalig. Crum Dub Nagnalig. Okay. It's in Gaelic or Scottish Gaelic, whatever, you know, whatever you call the language there. Celtic. I don't know what you call that old language, but anyway, that's the name of this creature, right? Okay, so now this creature is what that means. If you translate that to English, is the dark, crooked one of Christmas. Now, this creature is envisioned to be a large goat-like monster with massive horns and razor-sharp teeth and glowing red eyes. Now, I found a picture, obviously not a real picture, but an artist's rendition that I want to show you so you could take a look at it. Let's see what we got here. Almost got it. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where the heck did it go? Okay, here we go. This is what is said to be Crum Dum Naleg, the dark, crooked one of Christmas. And it is said that on Christmas Eve, if you are bad, if you're a child who is naughty or bad, you will hear howling down the chimney by this creature. And then he will come down the chimney, much like Santa Claus would come. And he would, in turn, have with him a leather bag, which would include all of the bad deeds that the child would has did throughout the year to make him naughty or her naughty. And he would pull out a switch, as you can see in this picture. He's holding one, I believe. He's holding a switch, and the child would get beat with the switch as many times as deeds were in his bag. A recording of all the bad deeds that that child did throughout the year. He would get it. So it's similar to Krampus. Krampus does the same thing in Germany, but this guy does it in Scotland. And very creepy looking fella. Very creepy looking fella. Um, so, and this is in the northern part of Scotland and the islands off to the west. I'm sorry, off to the eastern side of Scotland is where this predominantly originated from, and then it came into Scotland. So it was a legend of this supernatural creature that does the same thing as Krampus, but you know, punishes those that were naughty throughout the year. All right, so that's our first one, our Scottish fellow. Now, on to my next one. Now, this one is from Iceland. And this is really interesting, right? First, we have Grilla. Grilla, who is an ogre who lives in the mountains and descends each Christmas into the villages and will gather up children that have been bad throughout the years and to make a stew. She will chop them up and make a stew for. Isn't it fun and dandy? Now, Grilla is not enough. Grilla's not enough. She's she's not a good enough, not bad enough. She also has 13 children, 13 boys that are called the Yule lads. And each one of these Yule lads is a prankster thief that will terrorize a village if the children in that village were not good throughout the year. Hello, Chris Trock. Hello, Suzanne. Good to see you. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Now, here, I'm going to show you a picture of what the Yule lads look like. And these guys kind of look like, elves, or how would I say? They, dwarves, elves, or gnomes, maybe. Let me put that on full screen so you can take a look at them. And each one of these guys, each one of these Yule lads has a different thing they do to harass you. Now, in this picture, you could see Grilla is in the middle. This is her with the black hair. She's the ogre in the middle. And these are all her children. They're all her boys. And while she would, go around and kidnap children and make them into a stew, these guys simply terrorize the villages. Now, there's 13 of these guys, and each one of them has a name. All right, so hold on to your hats for this one, because there's 13 names. Each one of them has their own names, and each one of them does a different thing, and their names give you a clue as to what they do, the mischief that they cause. The first one is called Sheepcoat. Now, what Sheepcoat does is he pesters sheep in the village. He will chase them off. He will to milk them. I don't even know you could milk a sheep, but I guess if they're female, you can milk them. He would milk them. He would scare them off, disrupt the sheep in the barnyards. So that's what Sheepcoat will do. Now, number 2 is Gully Gawk. Now, Gully Gawk is famous for sneaking into the barns and stealing the milk from cows. So on Christmas Eve, he'll go in there and he'll take all the milk, take it all out, so that you wake up on Christmas morning and you have no milk. Number 3 is Stubby, is what his name is. And Stubby is famous for eating crusty leftovers in pans. So if you don't clean your pans at dinner on Christmas Eve, he's going to be in there during the night. He's going to come in during the night, and he's going to eat all what's left up. He's going to cause a mess in your kitchen, and he's going to eat all that's left there. Spoon Licker. Pretty simple name, right? We know what that guy does. He comes in and he steals spoons in order to lick them. He has this affection for licking spoons. So if you don't have clean spoons, he's going to steal the spoons, take them away, and lick them. Weird, right? Weird guy. But anyway, that's what Spoon Licker does. We got Pot Scraper. Pot Scraper comes in, and if you have unwashed pots and pans, he's going to go in and he's going to take them and steal them. You better wash those pots and pans, because he's looking to scrub those pans. There's Bowl Licker, believe it or not. Bowl Licker steals any wooden bowl you have in your house. So not much you can do about him. You better hide your bowls, because he'll come in and swipe all of your bowls. And what are you going to eat porridge in the morning with? There's also Door Slammer. Now, Door Slammer is a real pain in the butt, because what he does is he slams doors all night long and wakes you up and prevents you from getting any type of sleep. So Door Slammer is kind of annoying. And Stiggs, you're not Stubby, so it doesn't apply to you. Skyer Gobbler. Now, Skyer is the Icelandic word for yogurt. So what this guy does is he comes in and steals and eats all the yogurt. So if you're on a farm and you're making yogurt, he's going to come in and steal it all and eat it all. There's Sausage Swiper. Sausage Swiper comes in, and I guess you can guess what he's going to do. Sausage Swiper is going to swipe all of the sausage while it's being smoked. So as the Icelandic people would smoke their sausages on Christmas Eve, sausage swiper would swoop in and take them all. So there's no sausage for Christmas dinner. Window peeper. This guy's a little bit of a pervert. He's peeping through windows, but he's not really doing nefarious things other than looking for stuff to steal. So if you have things out in the open and he's peeping through your window, he's going to come into your house and he's going to steal that stuff. So you got to watch out for window peeper. Keep your house clean. Keep your house tidy. Keep all your stuff tidy. There's door sniffer, which is an interesting name because he's not sniffing doors. What he's doing is he's smelling baked goods. And if he smells baked goods anywhere, he's going to come in and get it all. He's going to steal all of your baked goods. You can't resist baked goods. There's meat hook. Meat hook steals any meat that you have stored anywhere. He'll take it and run with it. And then number 13, we have candle stealer, which obviously we know who he is. He steals candles. So he better stay away from my candles because these are not, I'm not, no mood to buy new candles. So there's your 13 Yule lads. So if their mom doesn't get you and turn you into a stew, they're going to make your life miserable. And they also have a cat. This is interesting. Now, in this picture, you could see him here. You could see the cat. One of them's holding a cat. This is called the Yule cat. Now, the Yule cat, he looks normal here, but on Christmas Eve, what he will do, he will expand, and he will grow into a giant cat, a huge, huge cat, much bigger than people, like almost like an elephant-sized cat. And the Yule cats has been known to devour people who are not wearing brand new dress clothes on Christmas morning. So if you do not dress up for Christmas Day, Christmas morning, Christmas services, you risk the Yule cat coming after you and eating you. So make sure you get a new suit and a new dress, put it on Christmas. Otherwise, the Yule cat's coming after you. So there's your Icelander legends. Gorilla and the Yule lads, and they're the Yule cat, So there you have those creepy guys again, but interesting, kind of like they look like the seven dwarves, only mean seven dwarves. All right, so let's stop sharing that. Let's get rid of that. All right, now let's go on to our next character. Our next character, we're going to go to Greece. Now, in Greece, it is believed that something called the Calacansary, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, so don't hold me to it, but the Calacansary are these goblin-type creatures, and they live underneath the earth, but on Christmas Eve, they come above the earth. They come from under the ground. And actually, it's more than Christmas Eve. It's the full 12 days of Christmas. So they're around from the first day of Christmas on to the end, till January 6th. The 12 days of Christmas start with Christmas Day and end on January 6th. These guys are around every night during those 12 days. Let me see what we're doing. There we go. All right. Now, what do these guys do, though? What do these guys do? Well, they do some creepy stuff, too. They are there to snatch children. Now, they're looking for children that are born in this time period. So these are very young children. And if they're born between Christmas Day and January 6th, they risk being captured by these black goblins, these dark goblins, they call them. And what do? The reason they're capturing these children is that they're going to turn them into themselves. So in other words, that's how they populate. They get a newborn child, they take them back with them underneath the earth, and they turn them into goblins themselves. So this is how they reproduce, by stealing little babies, little children babies. Human babies. Now, how do you protect against these guys? Now, this is the first legend that I've seen where they have something you can protect against them. Now, what you can do if you have children is you can bind them with straw and garlic. during these 12 days, and that'll protect them. They can the Kalikazoos will not be able to get them. They won't be able to get them if they're bound with straw and garlic. So that's something you could do. There's also a less intrusive thing you can do, which is keep a fire burning all night so they can't come into your house through the chimney, because these come through the chimney as well. And you can also put a colander outside your door, because they say that what will happen is when they come to the door, they will be mesmerized by the colander and start counting the holes in the colander, and they will always forget and have to start over again. So that will protect them from coming in and entering your house. So there you go. That's from Greece. And let me say, I got a picture of these guys too. I want to show you them, show you what they look like. And this is just somebody's rendition of it, by what the legend describes. There we go. Creepy looking. Like this would scare the heck out of me. This thing coming at you. Knocking at your door at night, looking to get in there. Not cool. Not cool at all. So quite creepy, guys. All right. That's from Greece. So the Greek people have their hands filled on the 12 days of Christmas. They got to be in full vigilance against these creatures. All right. Now, on to our next one. Now, we're going to go to France. Our next place is in France, and it's specifically in the Alsace-Lorraine region, which is the region between Germany and France. And this is the home of Hans Trapp. Hans Trapp, who's also known as the Christmas Scarecrow. Now, already I'm creeped out. The Christmas Scarecrow. Now, let me show you what he looks like. Now, what does the Christmas Scarecrow do? I don't know. Let's see. Here he is. This is the Christmas Scarecrow. Now, the story behind Hans Trapp is interesting. And it goes back to the Middle Ages, back to the 1400s. Now, Hans Trapp was a knight that fought in the Crusades. And when he got back, he got into a dispute with the Catholic Church over land. He wanted more land for his service than the Catholic Church was willing to give him. And because of that, he turned to the dark side, so to speak. And he destroyed a dam which caused flooding, which flooded out all this entire village where the land where he was supposed to get. He destroyed it all. And as a result, the church excommunicated him, kicked him out of the church. And as a result of that, it is said that he went and turned to the devil and sold his soul to the devil for gold. And when that happened, when he sold his soul to the devil, what he had to do in return was to capture children, and bring them to the devil, capture children and kidnap them and bring them to the devil, because the devil was looking for children's souls. And he would do this by dressing as a scarecrow. So he would dress as a scarecrow and he would hide in the fields. And when children came by, he would grab them and take them away. So that's where he got the name of the Christmas Scarecrow. Now, what happened, though? This went on for a while until suddenly a lightning bolt struck him and killed him. Out of nowhere, he was in the midst of kidnapping a child, and a lightning bolt comes down from the side, kills him dead right then and there. Now, because he sold his soul to the devil, he was given one chance to repent. And in order to do that, he was doomed to, and he can either go with the devil, he can either have his soul, because the devil had his soul, he can go to hell with the devil, or he could, for eternity, follow Santa Claus on Christmas Eve with him wherever he goes. And whenever there's a good child, Santa would provide them with a present. And when there is a bad child, he would administer a beating to that child. So Hans Trapp would do the same thing as Krampus and our Iceland fellow, our Kromdum Nagli. He would beat them with a stick. You're bad, you get beat with a stick. So that's Hans Trapp, the Christmas scarecrow. But an interesting backstory. How can you beat that? From the Middle Ages, he was a knight and fought in the Crusades, had a dispute with the church. That's so cool. What a great story. So that's Hans Trapp. All right. Now, in the same vein, we go to Belgium. And in Belgium, there is a creature or a spirit called Father Whipper. Now, I'll give you one guess as to why he's called Father Whipper. Pretty obvious, right? Well, let me show you a picture of Father Whipper. Here comes Father Whipper. I'm putting it on full screen so you get a good look at him. Father Whipper. Now, Father Whipper, they say in life his name was Pierre Fortland, and he was a medieval innkeeper, and he was a murderer. Though he would kidnap and kill boys, and would make them into a stew. I don't know what this thing is about, making people into stew. I don't know what that's all about, but it seems to be something that's commonplace. So Father Whipper, or Pierre Fortland, would do this. And then he had 3 boys that he killed, and he was about to make a stew with them on Christmas Eve. And at that particular time, St. Nicholas came upon him and found him in the midst of doing this. And at that point, he resurrected the boys, St. Nicholas brought the boys back to life, and cursed Pierre Fortland to be Father Whipper and follow him around with his whip for eternity, whipping boys and girls that were bad on Christmas Eve that Santa didn't give a present to. So Father Whipper, again, doing the same thing, only in Belgium, that Krampus does, and the Christmas Scarecrow does, and our Scottish friend, the goat guy, does. So a lot of this whipping children for being bad, you either get your presents or you get whipped, it's the way it goes, I guess, right? All right, so that was Father Whipper. Now, our last story is not a guy at all. It's actually a woman. And this is a woman by the name of Frau Perchta. Frau Perchta. Now, she has a region that is southern Germany, Austria, and northern Italy. This is where she hangs out. This is her area. And she appears on the Epiphany, January 6th. So you won't see her till January 6th, the Epiphany, when the three kings arrive, to meet Jesus. The 3 kings come to bring gifts of Jesus on the Epiphany, the 6th of January. That's when Frau Pritcher will show up. Now, depending on whether you're good or whether you're bad, you're going to get a different Frau Pritcher. She will appear in different forms. Now, you better be good, because if you're good, she will appear as a beautiful woman, a beautiful young woman, and we will give you a gift. However, if you're bad, she's going to appear as an old, haggard witch with a long nose, 1 foot, tattered clothing, and a knife. Doesn't sound good. Let me show you what people in this region will dress up as Frau Perchta, Frau Perchta, on the Epiphany. And here's what they look like. Now you can see on the left is the good. She's the good witch. She is the good Frau, and on the right is the bad one. Skeletal. Horns, witch, bad, right? And if you're bad, she is going to take that knife, and she is going to cut you open, take out your guts, and stuff you with straw and pebbles. So pretty rough thing for being naughty throughout the year, man. You better watch out if you live in Austria or Northern Italy or Southern Germany. I mean, this is bad stuff, man. You can't play around with this Frau Pritcha. She's bad news, but she's beautiful and sweet and will provide you with a gift if you're good. So who knows? Flip a coin. Take your good with the bad, right? Pick your poison. So there you have it. There you have your legends, your Christmas legends from around the world, most of which are there to punish you children for being bad on Christmas throughout the year, and so there you got it. Those are your wonderful legends, and I thought they were quite interesting. So anyway, so what's going on, guys? Adam says, just give me charcoal. I know. Charcoal's not bad, dude. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind the charcoal compared to these guys. You get your butt whipped. You get cut open. You get put in a stew. You're eaten by a cat. You got the sky's the limit here. Forget about it. You don't play around. But I do have some paranormal videos if you care to check them out. Let me know what you think. But before I do that, I just want to say what I'm thinking about doing is doing short videos from now until the January 6th. Each day of Christmas, I was going to do a short video with the history behind that specific day of Christmas, from the song Partridge in a Pear Tree. What does that mean? The first day of Christmas, two turtle doves. What does that mean? Where does it come from? So I'm going to see if I can do that. I think that would be an interesting addition to the channel to just throw that up there and get you something to do, something to think about during these 12 days of Christmas. That'll be upon us before you know it. Today's the 20th already. So tomorrow's the first day of winter, shortest day of the year. And like I said, it's snowing here and it's cold. It's going to get colder. So it's a real winter this year, folks. And I like it. It's perfect for this type of year. Also, we don't want to get it too much anymore. But anyway, let's talk about some paranormal videos while we can. Why not? Right? We got 3 of them tonight. And disclaimer, as always, they're not the best, but they seem to be something there that I want to get your opinion on. So we try to debunk them first. If not, then we just say they can't be debunked. But we look for a reason for these. I'm in no way trying to say that these are actual videos of ghosts or spirits. These are just things that I found on the internet, and I wanted to get your opinion on them. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Just Chillin'. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. An early Christmas present from Just Chillin' on the West Coast. That's awesome. Hey, Marta. I don't know if I said hello to you, Marta. If I didn't, I apologize. But how are you? Good to see you. All right. Let's do it. Let's do our first paranormal video. And you tell me what you think of these. These aren't that good. Like I said, each week it gets harder. So let's see what we got here. And where is everybody? Why is there only 13 people in this chat? I don't like that. People are bugging out on me here. All right, let's go. Here we go. Do I have to wait a minute. This is the problem right here. This is the problem. I should play that, or should I play this? Maybe this will get me. Maybe this will break me. Play this 10 times in a row. Maybe it works. No, we're not going to do that. All right, let's go. Let's do our thing here. Let us present, share screen. All right. All right. Now this one. All right. Let's try this, guys. Tell me what you think about this. Now, the background to this video, which I think it's suspect, because anytime I get a video from a ghost hunting site, I always look at them suspect because they have to do this, right? They have to come up with something. That's what they're there for. That's what they're trying to do that. So with that, it always is a bit suspect. So this comes from a ghost hunting channel, and this is an abandoned house that they were checking out, and they put a stationary camera in, and this is what they caught. So let me put it on full screen and play it, and then you tell me what you think. Yeah, it's Susan. It's very green because it's night vision. It's a night vision camera. All right. All right, let's do this. Here we go. All right, there we go. Now, do you see that? It's very faint. It's an image. It's a very faint image of a body or a person. Look at that. Looks like they're walking across. Now, they say that supposedly there was no one here in this room. Let's see if we move that back. Let's see if I can move it slow motion. Here it is. I'm moving it myself here. Here it is with total heat vision, or like yeah, heat signature vision. It's moving across the camera. It looks like a person walking, right? There it looks in the regular night vision, it looks like this. It's light, it's the light image. And it looks darker when you go into the heat signature stuff. All right. So there you go. I don't know. What do you think about this? Gerard says it's a shadow. Now, if you are believing these folks, it wouldn't be a shadow because there's no one there. But I just think, I think it is. I think it's a shadow myself, Gerard. I think that's why I say I find these suspect, these channels, these ghost hunting channels, because they're looking for any little possible thing. This is not just something that's randomly caught. They're specifically looking for it. So I am going with that this is just that. It's somebody walking behind the camera, and it's the shadow of them walking past. They're behind the camera where the camera's filming, and it's a shadow of them walking by, whatever light was there. So I don't know. So that's what I'm going to say, that this is nothing but a shadow. And you guys can agree or disagree with me, but that's where I'm going with that. Yeah, so that was that one. But I'm trying to read the chat at the same time. I know it's difficult when I'm doing this, but Tony, didn't you told the story about the ghost you saw, like that ghost cat? You were on my show talking about that. You say you never saw one. Now you say you never saw one. You mean like a human ghost, I guess? But you told me a story about that. Just me. You say I never saw one. Yes, you did. You told me about the ghost cat. Oh, all right. So that's what you mean, a human ghost. Okay, I got it. All right, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now let's go on to our next video here. Let's go on to our next video. Now, remember the videos of the kids getting pulled out of the cribs? If you watch me every week, you know that those are the ones that kind of convinced me that they could be true, because I can't find an explanation for what happened to those kids being yanked out of the cribs, being out of their beds. So I got a couple of those. These are not kids. One's a kid, but one's an adult. So take a look at this and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about this. If you believe that this is for real. Now, the background to this one is these are people that live in an apartment and they supposedly were experiencing paranormal activity. So they set up cameras. And one evening they fell asleep on the couch. And this is what happened. Hold on. And watch the woman. The woman is lying over here. Watch the woman. Look her leg. Watch her leg. Watch what happens with her leg. They're both sleeping. It's a couple. Now here's where she wakes up and she starts yelling for her husband. And he comes and pulls the leg back down. And as you'll see, as she gets up, she's visibly upset. I mean, if she's acting, if this is staged, she's a pretty good actress, I guess, because she's visibly upset by the experience. Hey, Gerard, good to see you. Gerard Sacelli, good to see you. I didn't know you were here. Now this is weird. Now, to me, this is hard to do unless she's a contortionist, unless she's a gymnast, a contortionist, or someone who's very flexible. I don't know how you would do that on your own. I mean, and I know that people do weird stuff in their sleep, like things happen to them in their sleep. But this is kind of, this is, let me go back and show you. Let's go over that again. Move this out of the way here. Let's go back and show this a little bit here and tell me what you think about this. Now look at the way the leg is. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying it's not a natural movement where the way the leg is up like that. And I know I physically couldn't do that. But, there's plenty of people who can. And the cat running by, yeah, just me. Yes, the cat running by, yes. Yeah, I noticed that. The cat darts by in the back. I mean, it could be I don't know, it could be a hoax, obviously. It can always be a hoax. But I don't know. Right, a string tied to her ankle, Adam. I guess you could do that, right? That could be it. There could be a string there yanking, I mean, that's possible too. Why are they both sleeping on the couch? Are they homeless? No, no, Suzanne, they fell asleep watching TV. The story is that they fell asleep watching TV. And then, and they put the cameras up because they've been experiencing weird stuff in the apartment. And they just were watching TV. They fell asleep. And then they picked that, this happened while they were sleeping, while the wife was sleeping. And the story goes that the wife seems to be a target of the spirit, not the husband. Like the ghost, if there is one, is targeting her for some reason. So I don't know. There's the cat shooting by. Look at that. So he was jarred. That cat was jarred by whatever went on. He didn't like it. So, yeah. Oh, Tony, yeah, the couch. It does look like a comfortable couch. I mean, I could see myself falling asleep on that very quickly watching TV. I fall asleep on it all the time watching TV. So, but anyway, that's where it is. I mean, I think this one. I can't just rule this one out. It's not as obvious as the last one. I think it could be fake. It could be staged. If she's very flexible, she could do that herself. If she's like a contortionist, she could do that herself. But a normal person couldn't do that. You'd have to have the something pulling your leg. You would have to have like a string pulling your leg or a rope pulling your leg. because a normal, an average, not a normal, an average person couldn't do that. You'd need to be very flexible to do that. Yeah, Delilah, the cat wants nothing to do with it. You're right. The cat just bolts by. Yep. Yeah, Suzanne, we've talked about that before. I will not touch a Ouija board. I don't play with that. I just do not play with that ever. Nope, not going to do that. Oh, so just me, you have a cat? I don't know. I never had a cat. You said a cat will usually come running to you if you scream and you're bonded with them. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And Tony says, if I yell, my cat scatter. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah. All right, so that's that one. Let's stop sharing this one. One more. This one, I'm telling you, this one, 7 people. Where is everybody? What's going on here? 7 people? That's ridiculous. Where'd everybody go? All right, let's go. Let's do this one, and then we'll shut it down. All right, share the screen. Share the screen. Here it comes. All right. All right, this is a boy. He's in a store trick-or-treating on Halloween. All right. Here we go. Watch this carefully. Let me put it on full screen. All right. Here's the boy. He's trick-or-treating. The other children are trick-or-treating are up by the counter getting candy. He's in the back, and he's got a little pumpkin thing there too, right? To get his candy with. Now watch what happens to him. And just ignore that. But watch what happens to him as he approaches. He points to something. He sees something, and he moves forward. Now watch what happens to him when he moves forward. He gets pushed. It's like somebody pushed him back by his head, but there's no one there. And watch it again. It's going to play again. It's like someone pushed him back by his head. Let's do it in slow motion. All right. Like there's nobody near him, right? There's no one near his head. There's no one there. Look at him. So this one, I don't see an explanation for this. I mean, unless the kid has, how would the kid even do this? I mean, I guess it's possible. He pulls back, he falls back as if someone pushed his head, loses his balance. And the story goes before that, when he's standing back here at the beginning, he's pointing to something, saying, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" As you can see, this other kid next to him with the mask, in front of him, looks back to him because he's yelling, "What's that in front of me? What's that?" That kid turns and looks at him and then goes back to the candy to see where the candy's coming from. And then, he goes forward. He points to it. He's pointing to what he sees. Could be a spirit. I don't know. Something there. And then he approaches it slowly and he gets pushed. His head gets pushed back. Here he comes. And boom. On the floor. So, I don't know. So I that doesn't look like it's faked to me. I don't know how would you even fake that? And first of all, there's no adults around. There's only other kids there. And something pushed that kid. Todd Father says there's clear tape at his eye level. So he was pointing at the clear tape. Then he's a pretty dumb kid for walking into it because he's pointing at it first. So why would he run into it then? Yeah, Adam, right. It looks like he's it's not like he slipped. He was fully stopped, and then he pushed back, and then he was pushed back. So I don't know. I mean, this one I buy. This one I buy that there's some type of force here that knocks him back. Now, whether it's a ghost or I don't know what it is, some type of force pushed his head back and knocked him off his feet. It's a common trick. How is it a common trick if he's pointing to it and then he's going to walk into it? Hold on. I disagree with you on this one. Where's the common trick? This kid's here. Look, this kid is there already. He's walking all around. The kid to the left is walking all around over there, right? How come he's not breaking the clear tape? Right? And the kid's pointing. I mean, and that's not him pointing, but his arm is pointing. And if you listen to the original video, you hear him saying, "What's that? What's that?" And so he points to whatever he sees there. Right? And then he just moves forward, right? Now, if he saw something there, if there was something there, why would he walk into it? And he stops, and then he gets pushed back. His head gets pushed back. And the camera goes right up. Where's the tape? Camera goes right on top of this. I don't know, Top Father. I don't buy it. I this to me is unsolved. This one cannot be debunked, in my opinion. So I don't know. Yeah, Adam, we're always trying to debunk these. Absolutely. We always want, I don't want to, I will not push a video as being real. Never. I try to debunk them. I want to prove them. I want to see what they are. I want to see why it happened, but I don't have an answer for this. Yeah, he's about 4 or 5 years old. I don't know. Yeah, 4 or 5. You know, he could talk. You know, he said, "What's that?" on the video, on the voice of the video, so he can talk. And then he cries when he hits the ground, like he's startled. He's when he hits the ground, he starts crying because he's startled by what happened to him. And he got knocked back. Okay. Todd Father wants the link. All right, hold on a second. Here we go. There's the link. All right. Osada. Okay, here comes the expert. All right, the link is there. Where are you? Let's go. Come on. Or do I have to play this again? This will teach you a lesson. All right, hold on. There you are. Hold on. Let me get you up here. All right,
What's
there
up?
we go. How are you?
Not bad. I think you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, if you see the trick online, people put clear tape across like a doorway or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hey, get in here! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Boom! And they get smashed into the tape. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
clear. But I don't like you said. I didn't see that. You said that he pointed to it. So I'm wrong on that. But I'm just saying that it was just a quick theory.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see how that could happen. I see how you could do that. I think just in this case, because he's pointing first, he wouldn't run into it. If he saw it, he wouldn't, he wouldn't run into it. He's not completely out of his mind. He's still, he could talk. He would know not to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that one baffles me.
I'll tell you, man, it's weird because when my son was very small, I think he was like, I don't know, 1 or 2. Hang on. Hey,
Mhm.
babe, how old was TJ when he seen Grandpa Peter? 2? Yeah, so my son said one day, out of nowhere, "Hey, Grandpa Peter's over there dancing."
Mm,
So kids see stuff.
yeah,
It's weird. You can't
yeah,
explain it. You know what I mean? But
yep,
I remember me and my wife were, just doing our thing, whatever. And all of a sudden, my son goes, "Oh, Grandpa Peter's over there dancing."
yeah.
And my yeah, my wife's father died like when he was 2.5. So it was just weird.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
maybe he saw something. You know what I mean? They say kids and animals, and
Yeah,
they see things. You know what I mean? Just never
yeah.
know. I
That
wish
one,
I could have saw something when I was a kid. I don't know.
I don't think I ever saw anything. I don't remember it. If I did, I
Yeah,
didn't.
right. Me either.
you know. Um, but I'd love to see something. I don't know. I've never seen something. I had an experience, but I never saw anything.
Suzanne thought I was Elton John until she zoomed in. All right, that that was a coat. I did my events last weekend, and this lady had that coat, and I said, "Oh my God, can I have a picture with that coat on?" She gave it right over to me,
Elton
like
John. He doesn't have
no
the glasses
hesitation whatsoever. She handed me that coat.
on.
And Osada, you're lucky we're on Anthony's show because you know what I would say.
Osada.
So, Strawberry Queen.
Yeah. So,
So
what do you think of my intro? I
Tommy Stig Show in three,
no,
two,
no, no,
one.
no, nope, nope, nope. Please take it down. You got to understand something with me, okay? I get out of work, okay, and I see that 5 times per show, okay. Then I sleep, I make dinner, and I go back to work, right?
hmm
And I
And you
hear it
see it
again
again.
because he's on the wind down. So yeah, so that's that. If I never saw that again, I wouldn't miss it.
Hey, Joe Town. How are you, Joe Town?
But yeah, so it's snowing here. It's snowing pretty good. The roads are pretty icy. Um, my son is actually in the yearbook. They actually have an elective in his school for the yearbook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's actually learning photography, and so he went to the basketball game tonight to take pictures for the
Oh,
yearbook.
cool.
So I'm waiting
Yeah,
for him to call me any second and
that's
tell me to
nice.
come and get him. So
Yeah, it's been lightly snowing here all day, and it's been nice and pretty without any problems. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like there haven't been massive accumulations. It's just been
right,
constantly
yeah,
snowing.
same here.
Yeah,
Same here. It's nothing crazy, but
yeah.
I'm just surprised how slippery the roads are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's I never knew anything about those Christmas stories. I never bothered to dabble into anything like that. So this
I didn't
show
know
has
about
been
them
actually
either.
kind of fascinating.
I didn't know about him either until I looked them. It was an interesting. It was interesting to me because when the whole Krampus thing came out with the movie and everything, I I said there's got to be others. Like there's got to be others. So I looked into it.
How did we
And
get away from those names? Like, I mean, I would never think of naming my kid Krampus.
right,
I mean, now you get Todd. It's the most bland name possible. You know what I mean? But we've come a long way in names. We shorten them
hmm
up by a lot.
Yep, yep.
But yeah, I would never. Yeah, you lost me at the kids child stew there.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Um,
Yeah, you have child stew, but you have 13 kids. Is that what you said? That's a little.
yes, she has 13 kids,
Yeah.
but they're not human though. That's the difference, right? She's looking for human kids for Stu, whereas
Oh.
these are like they're whatever they are, gnomes, whatever they
Gnomes.
look like, gnomes or. elves or something or whatever they are.
You sure you weren't mistaking that for like the Smurfs or something?
These are not Smurfs. Smurfs
I'm kidding.
Smurfs don't screw with you like these guys do.
Uh, that's
But
crazy.
yeah, no, it's interesting stuff, and I don't know if you were here at the beginning. Did you hear about that other Dickens story that he has? He has another story. He actually has
I got in
three
about
of them.
10 minutes in, I
Yeah,
think. So I'm not
yeah,
sure. I got here late. I thought you
yeah. I
always
mean,
started at
it's
9.
it's just interesting, like because the Christmas Carol was so successful, he decided to try to write other ones, try to write other Christmas stories, short stories, and but they weren't as successful, obviously, because you don't know them. The only reason I know them is because I bought the book. I bought the Christmas Carol, and it was an anthology of his work that it was in there. These other stories were in there, but they weren't nowhere near as popular as the Christmas Carol.
Right, of course. Yeah, I've had 3 Christmas parties. One 2 weeks ago on a Friday night, and then last week Friday and Saturday. And if I have to hear "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey one more time, or that
Mhm.
George Michael song, "Last Christmas," I might snap. I might flip out. Like we go in the car, my daughter's like, "Oh, put the Christmas music on." No, nope, not right now. I'm a bah humbug. I'm a jerk. I'm
Listen to
done.
this. Listen to what Adam says. Listen to this.
Yeah, I saw it.
I watched the story on my ceiling in my bedroom almost every night when I was a little man, putting a little boy in a bucket and putting him down in the well. Oh my! Wow.
It was the paint. I can't explain it. You sure you weren't eating the paint,
Eating the
Adam?
paint.
Or
Yeah, that's what Joe Town says. Joe Town
yeah.
says.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Adam. Adam, you're a character on your own, buddy. But I love you.
Yes, yes, he is. Adam, you got it. We have to have some type of like Christmas eating challenge for you guys. Like something Christmassy you got to do if you get a chance.
How about drink like a gallon of eggnog and hold it
Yeah,
down?
something like that. Right. Something like that.
That would be horrible. I know I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even attempt it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even. I don't know. There'd have to be some money involved.
Delilah says chestnuts. There you go. He can eat. See how many chestnuts he could eat. That would be cool.
That's an expensive challenge, though, isn't it?
I know they're expensive these days. Yeah.
We got them at my work. We sell them, I think, in 10-pound bags. So
Mm-hmm.
if anybody's in Buffalo, I can get them for you. But
Oh, he says I'm eating 100 raw clams between Christmas and New Year's. New Year's Michael? What is that? It's a typo, maybe.
yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
wait, for
no.
150. I don't know. Maybe he's betting someone $150. I don't know. Oh, maybe 150 world clams. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, clams. I don't do that. I'd be dead if I
I don't
had
even know if
that.
I'd want to be in the room with that, with you watching you see do that.
Yeah, that would not be fun. Yeah. But we'll watch it on video, though. We'll watch it on video. I'm not going to be in the room.
Sure, of course. We have to support Adam either way.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. So what else is going on this weekend? I got my wife is she's not feeling well. She's under the
Oh,
weather. Her very bad sinuses and no cough or fever, nothing. But
yeah.
she's curled up on the couch. They're her and my daughter watching a movie, and I'm doing some laundry and waiting. Like I said, I'm waiting for my son to give me a call. I go pick him up, and then I might have a drink and cook. I don't know. I haven't had dinner yet. I haven't even eaten nothing yet.
Okay.
That's how
Yeah,
my schedule
I'm
goes.
going out to dinner tomorrow for our daughter's birthday. We're taking her out to
Oh,
dinner.
very nice.
That's about it.
Very nice.
Yeah, nothing other than that. So
Yeah. Same here. I'm trying to actually, try to stay off my feet for a little bit. I went 14 straight days working, so
So you didn't do anything specifically, right? That caused the extra pain. It was just the so many days of being on it.
that, and I just think there's a lot. I just think there's more damage to my knee, and now my left knee is starting to hurt from compensating. So it's just a double whammy, and it's just a lot of frustration, and it's just no way to live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of the situation, just kind of trapped.
Sure.
You can't
Sure.
just quit your job because your knees hurt. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just but this year, hopefully we'll get that resolved, and I don't know. I feel like a change is coming soon. So
Mm-hmm.
not sure what yet, but
All right.
hopefully for the better. So.
Well, we're all supporting you and wishing you the
Oh, of
best. And
course. No, I know. And that's what I said. I'm not going to come on YouTube if I'm in a pissed off mood, or,
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, especially now people are trying to be in the best of spirits for Christmas and whatnot. So,
Of course.
January 2nd, I'll come in all grumpy and lousy. Okay. How about
Yeah. There you go.
that? So, but no, like I said, I'm just glad that, like I said, I just been bumming around today. I haven't really done much of anything. And, that's probably what my plan is for the whole weekend.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Any gigs coming up in December, or you're done for December?
No, I'm done for December. I have two coming up in January. So I have Thindu's party, the one I always post.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's not Thindu's party, everybody. It's a seniors party that I do every year at my photo booth, but I always say it's Thindu's party.
Yes.
And yeah, so I'm doing that. And then I have my wife's work party, which is always fun. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, they hire me to do the music in the photo booth. So it's funny because last year, I put a slow song on, and my wife and I are dancing, and some girl made a comment to another girl and said, "Why is Melissa dancing with the DJ? Isn't she married?" She's like, "Well, that's her husband." No, she didn't know. So yeah, it was funny,
That's funny.
but
Well, we should do a Christmas show with the four of us. Not on
yeah, I
Christmas.
mean,
Not on Christmas, but I mean, like, we should do a Christmas show, the four of us. I don't know whose channel we would do it on, but that would be nice.
right? Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that as long as I can, as long as I can. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Unfortunately with me is, Christmas Eve, I have to have my Christmas because I work Christmas night
Yeah, of
all the
course.
time. So it's,
No, we wouldn't do
yeah,
it on Christmas, or we wouldn't do it on Christmas or Christmas Eve. I don't think. I mean, Christmas Eve during the day, maybe something like that, but not at night. I don't think we would.
right.
Then. But we also got Monday and Tuesday to do it, right? We could do either one of those days.
Yeah, I got to work though. I work nights,
We could do it in the morning. I mean, I don't know.
Ugh. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. If I'm not doing it tomorrow, maybe we can do something tomorrow night. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for coming up. I'm gonna
No
close
problem.
this
Thanks for
down.
having me up. I just wanted to come on and just
No, I
say hello.
appreciate
That's
that.
all. But all right, guys, have a good one. If I don't see you or talk to anyone, Merry Christmas to you and your families from the Todd Father family. And I'm sure I'll see everybody in the chats either way.
Yep. Same to you.
All right,
Thank you.
guys. We'll see
Take
you.
care. All right. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight. I went way over my usual hour, so I'm sorry about that. But I thought it was a fun show. A little interesting history and legends. We saw some paranormal videos. We talked about Charles Dickens, and wishing everyone a very happy and Merry Christmas. Hanukkah also. Hanukkah on Saturday. I mean, on the 25th this year. I don't think I ever remember it being on the same day as Christmas, so that's kind of unique. So those celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. And like I said, I'm going to try to do little short videos on the 12 days of Christmas if I can. I'm going to figure out how I would do that, or, if there's stuff worth talking about. That's the other thing. I just think it's just an idea at this point, but I'll look into it and see if it's worth doing. But as always, I thank each and every one of you for coming in and joining me on this cold, snowy day. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. And I'll see you next week. All right. Thanks so much. We'll blow out our candles on behalf of Lenny and Victor back there. We say stay scared. And thanks for watching. God bless.